Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to jump ahead just a little bit to the year 2026. We're going to explore a totally new creative landscape, one where artificial intelligence has become the ultimate toolkit for building entire worlds right from scratch. So let's start with this quote. It's from something called the Afrofuturist AI Manifestation Manual, and it perfectly captures where we're headed. Because by 2026, AI is not just about code anymore, not by a long shot. It's a tool for creation, for vision, and for some people, it's even becoming a spiritual practice. All right, here's how we're going to break it all down. We'll start at the very bottom with the AI foundation. Then we'll get to the fun stuff, your creative workbench. We'll talk about the one skill you absolutely need to know, the art of the prompt. And then check out the wild new realities people are building. And we'll end with a question for you. Now, to make sense of all this, we're going to use a really simple analogy. Just think of the entire AI world like a massive pile of Legos. Seriously. It's the best way to see how all these different pieces actually click together, from the factory making the bricks all the way to the amazing worlds you can build. So, first up, the AI foundation layer. In our little analogy, this is the Lego factory. This is the big, industrial, heavy-duty core that powers everything else we're going to talk about. So who's running these factories? Well, we're talking about the absolute giants, companies like Amazon Web Services. They have these massive data centers that are, for all intents and purposes, the factories. They're not building the final starship, They're mass-producing the raw materials, the plastic and the individual bricks that everyone else gets to build with. And if you look inside these factories, what are they actually making? It's a whole menu of services. They provide these core building blocks that let you do all sorts of things. Like you can build your very own AI models from scratch, or you can just grab a powerful pre-trained one off the shelf. It's an entire ecosystem of parts for whatever you need. Okay, so we've got our bricks from the factory. Now it's time to actually build something. This is your AI creation workbench. If the factory makes the bricks, this is where they get packaged into those awesome Lego kits. The ones designed to build a specific castle or a spaceship. And this is where things get familiar. We're talking about the apps you've definitely heard of, the Runways and the Soras of the world. They take all that raw, complicated tech from the factories and put it into a nice, user-friendly box so that creators can actually make stuff, like videos, characters, and music. And by 2026, the competition between these kits is fierce. Just look at the trade-offs here. Google's VO gives you a whole minute-long clip, which is incredible. But then you look at photorealism, and Sora and VO are pretty much tied at the top. And then there's audio, a huge deal. Runway doesn't have it built in, but the others do. So picking your tool really means picking what you care about most. Let's just zoom in on Runway for a second. This shows you that even the best tools have their pros and cons. Their character consistency is industry-leading. And the ability to edit things inside the video after you make it, that's a total game changer. But you always hit that 16-second wall. It's a major constraint, and it forces you to think like an editor, constantly stitching scenes together. So you've got your Lego kit, you're ready to go, but how do you use it? Well, every good kit comes with an instruction manual, and in the world of AI, that manual is the prompt. It's the language you use to tell the machine exactly what's in your head. And honestly, this is probably the most important part. Prompting is the new universal skill. It's the difference between getting something kinda sorta okay and getting something that looks exactly like the vision in your mind, with perfect precision and style. And the difference between a beginner and a pro is it's night and day. Look at this. The novice just describes the scene, and that's fine. But the pro is basically writing code for a camera. They're not just describing, they're directing. They're specifying the exact camera motion, the lens, the lighting, everything. That level of detail gives you almost total control over what you create. Okay, so we've got the factory, we've got the Lego kits, and we've got the instruction manuals. We have all the pieces. So the big question is, what are people actually building with all this? Let's look at two examples that are, worlds apart. And this is what's so fascinating to me. The very same foundational AI, the same basic Lego bricks, are being used to create two completely different realities. On one hand, you have these ruthlessly efficient business systems, and on the other, you've got these deeply personal, almost spiritual tools. First, let's talk about the pragmatic side. This is where AI is being used to build automated systems that just save unbelievable amounts of time and money. Okay, insurance claims. I know, not the most exciting topic. But this is a perfect example. A process that used to take a person about 10 minutes, reading forms, trying to figure out messy handwriting, is now done by an AI in 30 seconds. 30 seconds. And it's 98% accurate. The whole thing is almost completely automated. And this is the mind-blowing result. A full 90% of those claims are processed with zero humans involved at all. That's hyper-efficiency in action. It frees people up to focus on the really tricky cases that actually need a human brain. Now, let's do a complete 180. Forget business efficiency for a second. People are using this same technology for something totally different: personal transformation. And this quote right here, it nails the philosophy behind it. It's a modern spin on visualization where you use AI to create these incredibly vivid, photorealistic images of your goals. And by doing that, you're essentially programming your own subconscious mind to go get them. Some people are even calling this vibe coding, and it's exactly what it sounds like: systematically programming your mind. So instead of feeding the AI insurance forms, you're feeding it your dreams. You're creating this daily stream of super specific, personalized, positive images to reinforce the person you want to become. It's pretty wild. So there we have it. We've gone from the AI factory floor to the creative kits and through the instruction manuals. We've seen how these tools are building these incredible new worlds, from the super efficient to the deeply personal. And that brings us to the final, and really the most important question of all. With this powerful new creative toolkit in your hands, what world will you build?